This is an introduction to part 2 of the Entry 2 speaking test. And in the second part, after you have asked your partner some questions and your partner has asked you some questions, then the assessor will ask you to speak for up to 2 minutes, and they will tell you what to speak about. If you are the first person to speak, your partner will listen to you the whole time and ask questions at the end when the assessor says, please ask 2 questions. Okay? So it's called the unprepared talk because they just tell you to start speaking. Okay? Sounds difficult, but here come the instructions. And the instructions are as follows. The assessor will say to you, in this part of the talk, you need to speak on your own for up to 2 minutes. While you are speaking, your partner will listen and then ask you 2 questions about what you said. Okay? Now, why isn't it so difficult? Well, because there aren't that many things that they can ask you to talk about. Okay? So typical questions would be as follows. A typical day. Yep. Can you talk about a day when you go to college? And you say, I wake up at 7 o'clock, I get up, I have a coffee, I have a shower, and so on. You just go through the whole day from start to finish, okay? Now, of course, it could be a typical day last week. So instead of I get up, it's I got up. So we have I woke up at 7 o'clock, I had a coffee, I had a shower, and so on, okay? Just make sure you learn all of those verbs in the past and in the present. It could be a weekday, or it could be a weekend day, or the whole weekend. Okay, so tell me what you do at the weekend. Every weekend I wake up at 8 o'clock, I have breakfast, I go to the market, okay, and go through all the things that you do from the beginning of Saturday all the way through to Sunday evening. If it's tell me what you did last weekend, then of course you need to start with I woke up at 8 o'clock, I had my breakfast, I went to the market, and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, that could be your weekend routine for every weekend, or it could be a day last week, a day in the week, or a day at the weekend. So listen carefully to the instructions, but it doesn't matter what the question is, the verbs will be the same. Okay? It could be a special day in your life, a celebration, a birthday, or the day you arrived in the UK. Please remember that the assessor will not check to find out if you're telling the truth or not, so you don't need to remember the exact details. You can make up some ideas, okay? They may ask you to talk about your local area. They may ask you to talk about where you come from. And there's one more possibility, which is how to make your favorite recipe, describe your favorite food, okay? I think really generally it's ladies who are clearly mothers who get this question. Do you have a favorite recipe? Tell us how to make it. Okay. It could be from your country or it could be a British one. If you don't know how to make a British one, just say, I don't know. I only cook stuff from my country. They can also ask you about hobbies or what you do in your free time as well. That tends to be for the younger students. Okay. Now, when you have finished your 2 minutes, they will say thank you and ask your partner to ask some questions. So what kind of questions can we ask? Well, how often do you? How often do you go to the market? Okay, things like that. Do you prefer this one or that one? Yeah. Do you prefer food from your country or food from this country? What's your favorite? Yeah. What's your favorite day of the week? It doesn't really matter. It just needs to be a little bit connected with the theme, okay? We can also, of course, ask the fantastic question, when was the last time that you blah, blah, blah? When was the last time you bought some new clothes? When was the last time you went to the market? When was the last time you came to college? Okay, try to use one of those if you want, but as I said, how often, or do you prefer, or what's your favorite? These are always good questions and it takes the pressure off a little bit. This bit's not too difficult. Watch the video, make sure you're ready with your routines, and good luck.